Hello and welcome to my video. Today we're going to be repairing the A32 5G Samsung phone. So the screen is broken and I'm going to teach you how to repair the phone. So the first thing you want to do is remove the back plate. If you buy a screen from something like Amazon, you can buy it from wherever. It usually will come with a kit that has a few tools like the plunger and that triangle thing. So there's a bunch of tools that you can use. It doesn't really matter. You just have to scrape the adhesive off the sides. You can use like a credit card or an ID or something. That works as well. I might actually use that at some point. It's actually pretty good. And you'll need a blow dryer. So first, I'm going to blow dry the phone as much as I can and try to melt the adhesive. Now that it's heated, I'm gonna put the plunger on and try to pull it off. So I'm slowly scraping, and you can see it's already come off quite a bit. This is time lapse. I usually use those blue things just to keep it open, and then I use something else to keep scraping. Credit card is actually really good. And now we use the plunger and we can safely pull it off. So now we're gonna have to unscrew these 15 screws that are on the back. So I have a bowl here for the screws and a screwdriver. So I'm gonna start up here. So we finish up screwing, and next we're gonna have to be taking out the vibrator, the volume buttons, and the headphone jack up here. That's the headphone jack. So I'm gonna blow dry them with heat so that the adhesive melts. Now I'm using tweezers to take them out, to unplug it. And once you unplug it, then you're able to just take it out if you melted the adhesive. I think I didn't use the blow dryer for long enough, but it should come out at some point. Yeah, I think I need to use more. And there, came off easily. Now just repeat those steps for the vibrator, which is right there. It's the circular thing. And there. So that's the vibrator. Make sure you keep these because we'll need them to the back. Now start the volume buttons. So there's like a little tab that goes along where you click, and there's some on the back of the case. So make sure you blow dry both. So first you unplug the thing that's on the plate, and then you slowly take it out from the side as well. Make sure you don't rip it. Now that we're with taking out everything and the screws are all out, we want to scratch off the back of this just like we did with the back plate. I'm just doing it with a credit card because that's the easiest, I think. There we go. So now we want to unplug the LCD. And now we're trying to take the motherboard stuff off. And now we're trying to take the charging board off. So you just unplug those pins from the pins, and now just blow dry both of those plates so the adhesive melts. Just make sure you aim and try not to get the battery too hot. It might ruin it. So I forgot to take off the screw here, so you should not do this yet until you take out the screw, but once you unscrew it, then you're going to be able to just pull it off. There's a few screws on the bottom and on the top. You just have to unscrew them and it should easily come off. Just make sure the wire doesn't break. I'm slowly taking this off. I'm unplugging the battery, unscrewing some of the screws. And it should come off pretty easily. Watch out for that camera. There's like a rubber piece that is there. Just leave it there to make sure it doesn't get lost. Now we have to take out the battery. This is probably the hardest part because it's stuck on there usually with a lot of adhesive. So you just have to heat it, but make sure to take a few breaks because you don't want it to the battery itself to overheat. Now you're trying to use something like a crowbar and just try to scrape and pull it out. It might take a little bit, but it'll come on after a while. Sorry, it was a bit off of frame, but I pretty much just was scraping around while keeping that in, and it came off. So now you want to get the screen, the new screen that's not broken. So make sure when you buy it, like from Amazon or whatever, make sure it has a frame. It's a screen with a frame, because there's no point in getting it without the frame, because it's like a few dollars less to get it without a frame, but it's so much harder. With this, you can just throw away that other screen and use this and just add on all the parts to it. So, like, see, first you put on the vibrator, you put in the headphone jack and the audio controls. So just put a splotch of adhesive glue and put it in, and then plug it in to the frame. Just make sure none of the pins bend when you're putting it in. It just takes a bit of time. Now you want to put the audio buttons. This one's not that bad. Just tapping them in, making sure that they're fully attached. So now we have to put back in the board. There's this tag I just have to take off. I forgot. So now we want to put the board back in. So get it, put it in. Put back the camera, and make sure the rubber O is in there and hadn't fallen out. Put some adhesive in it, and I'm just pressing down, and then put the bottom part, and then you want to put the wires in the area that's set for them. Plugging it back into the frame and putting the wire back. So now that that's done, I'm going to plug it in. I need to make sure that all the pins are in properly, so it's connected. There's two ways you can put in the battery. You can place adhesive in the back and press down the battery and hold it for a few seconds, and it should stick pretty well. Or you can use these strips that come with most screen repair kits and put them on the back, and when you use a blow dryer they melt. That's also a good option. Now you're ready to plug in the battery. Plug in the LCD into the board. Now it's plugged in. Now we want to reattach the back. So get it from where we put it, and it should click back on. So now you want to screw all those screws back. There's 15, so make sure you have that. After this, we have to switch on the phone and make sure that it still works. Make sure that the screen is working, because then we're gonna have to put the adhesive on the back, and it'll be much harder to take off with fresh adhesive. The screen works, so then we apply adhesive all around the back plate, and then we're gonna place it onto the phone. So now I'm going to attach the back plate back on the phone. Click all the parts back into place. That is how you repair an A32 5G. Now it is done. So once you do all this, you want to put a clamp on the phone, or like get a bunch of heavy books and smash your phone together with them, so that the adhesive, and like leave it overnight so the adhesive properly seals, and then your phone should be good to go.